let's talk about it. You might wonder why I'm playing this record. Underground, West Coast, classic, well, independent record, you know, little known. F to the A, R to the I. Peep that robot shit. Lock shit down. Meets them. Steve Austin. Travis Scott got Bionic already. Let's get into it, man. Alright, so I'm clowning here a bit. New chopper came with the beam. Actually was pulling the lean. Block on the beam. I should look a king, LeBron. Yeah, I'm the McQueen. Yeah, that's my shit. Anyway, so what am I talking about? Obviously, Rocky is better than Travis, and you know, Travis Scott fans are looking kind of dumb out here. Respectfully, y'all looking a little cultish out here, alright? Oh man. Anyway, so why am I even playing Bionic, which is a classic Defari joint from the West Coast? Well, obviously, you know, this is like a few days late and all that, but talking about Travis Scott's manager, right, who put Travis Scott on blast, saying that he was a horrible person and all that stuff, and whatever, all that stuff is kind of whatever to me in a sense. However, the thing that I thought was, of course, interesting is the fact that he mentioned how he basically used bots to pump up Travis, and then that's kind of how he was able to get Travis going and sell him, you know, to the record labels. Because again, these guys, you know, he's a music engineer or something like this, a software geek, with all due respect, I say that. But, you know, these are the kind of guys that, again, dudes like Travis in the game, you know. You know, they're trying to freaking game the system. And look, people in music have always gamed the system, so I'm not even so much mad at it necessarily. But like I said, this is why I also don't care about how popular a person is, because I know that a lot of this stuff is phony. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to the fucking internet. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't care about what some internet geek bot tells me. You know, the angry comments. I've called y'all bots in the past because this is what it is. I'm too old. I mean, it's not even age, man. Because honestly, when I was young, I wasn't into that popularity contest shit. And I know that a lot of rap is basically popularity contest nonsense, right? But I don't care about that stuff. Hip-hop to me has never been about who's really popular. And it's goofy shit. It's a who's dope. And that's a different conversation entirely. So the point is that obviously there's a lot of bots on the internet, a lot of fake accounts, a lot of people that, you know, pretend something is hot when in real life they don't exist, or they don't go outside or whatever. I ain't got time for that, man. I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, my knowledge and my taste in hip-hop is informed by me traveling and being out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were in New York City, for example, when I was living in New York, I was outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went to spots where people were playing music and parties and all that stuff, so I heard things, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when someone says, yo, so-and-so is that guy, right, who's, you know, the illest rapper out, the dude that's doing the crazy, you know, the influencing people and really, you know, doing some cool shit, right? I'll know because I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? Most of these guys on the internet have no fucking idea. They don't go outside. Anyway, so that's an aside. I want to say very lastly about this Travis Scott thing is that honestly, I don't even really blame Travis too tough. Yes, his music is lame. Yes, that whole raging shit is inciting riots. And yes, he's been warned before, so this is nothing new. However, right, just because, you know, Travis' music sucks doesn't mean that I should die if I go to his concert. You know what I mean? Like, that's on the organizers, that's on the city in terms of how they respond. That's on a lot of people, and it's really sort of the overall production and how it all got put together. Live Nation, and of course, you know, the city responds to a certain extent. So like, there's a lot of blame here, and I would hate to see Travis just be the fall guy, the scapegoat for all of it. Because the fact of the matter is that Travis Scott is a whack rapper. Then yes, you know, he got sold to kids, and corporations, you know, sort of used Travis really obviously to make money. So those corporations who fed into this raging bullshit should be culpable too. I mean, why take them off the hook? You know, but it's interesting because this is something, and I wanted to make a video about this at one point. I never really got around to it. But one of the real interesting things about rap now is how kiddie it's become. And I've said this in previous videos, but one of the annoyances is that it really is aimed at children now in a way that I don't think previous rap, even rap in my era, was. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was a kid, I wasn't listening to rap like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to other things. I mean, sure, certain rap records might sort of make their way over, but I wasn't like a rap fan until I became like a teenager, until I was 13. That's when I started really listening to rap. And rap is some adult shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some teen, you know, especially the maturity, the subject matter, and stuff like that. So when, you know, I'm hearing rappers talking about getting head and you know, eating ass and all that stuff, and I know that it's being aimed at 8-year-olds who play Fortnite, that's fucking weird to me. And you can tell by the way they even structure their records and things like that. It's for children, you know what I'm saying? And that's some bullshit. So of course, you know, it's not surprising that a 9-year-old would be at a concert with Travis Scott, because that's his audience. It's the same thing I see with Megan Thee Stallion. They ain't that shit at kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that really listen to that stuff, that's why, like, you know, as an adult, like me saying that I bumped that stuff is like, really? Nah, that's goofy. Other things I wanted to talk about real briefly. Summer Walker. This is not really hip hop. This is more of an R&B thing, but I guess it has hip hop ish, you know, beats and things like that. So I did try to listen to Summer Walker R&B project because of obviously people I know were talking about it to a certain degree, and you know, I saw the headlines and, you know, London on the track. I liked his beat on Sneakin'. I don't really know much about the dude, but I was like, you know, maybe this would be the new trap soul or whatever. I listened to a couple of songs. Them shits was sleepy, and that's it. I forgot about it. So it sounded kind of whack to me, but you let me know if it's something that I should revisit. I don't think it is. Speaking of that, if you can please put me onto some new shit, that'd be great. I haven't really heard anything new rap-wise. Of course, I'm checking for it. It seems that, you know, rap is sort of slowed down. We're just getting, you know, goofy interviews and things like that. But I don't know who's really coming out with music that's, like, worth checking. So, of course, I always, you know, welcome any recommendations. And feel free to let me know stuff that you're listening to, that you're loving, that you think is undeniable heat rocks. You know, keep a nigga informed, because I haven't heard anything new. And lastly, Playboi Carti. So I've been listening to a lot of Playboi Carti recently, actually. I mean, I always listen to Playboi Carti, actually, to be honest with you, so it's nothing new. But I was playing quite a bit of Self-Titled. Yeah, that's a damn good album, man. You know, there's at least like 6-7 stone cold joints on that shit. And I think I've said this, but this is probably my favorite release after Live Love ASAP. And like all things, you know, I'm starting to see the dick riders show up, because I mean, this is how people are. You know, a lot of people, they can't tell when something is dope. They wait for people like me to tell them when it's dope, and even some of y'all in the audience. You know, y'all are the ones who are being like, yo, this is dope, this is fire. And of course, people are probably shitting on you at the time when it came out. And then now you're looking at some of these people dick ride, right? Because, you know, of clout and stuff like that. And that's the nature of the internet. You know, the internet's just recycle, recycle, recycle. You know, there's a couple of people that make some interesting stuff and have some unique perspectives, but most people are just recycling and regurgitating shit that they've heard before. It's, you know, the nature of the game. Anyway, Self-Titled is that shit. Very strong project, great production. Obviously, you already knew this, so I don't need to really tell you much about it. But new Choppa has obviously been my joint. I've been playing. Location, I fucking love. I mean, there's a lot of songs I love on that shit, but the ones that I've been really playing a lot, new Choppa, Location, lame niggas. A lot of lame niggas out here. Last thing I wanted to talk about was Carti and Rico Nasty or something like that. Rico Nasty was saying something about how Carti's fans are anti-black and a lot of white kids. Now, here's the thing. That Whole Lotta Red was trash, and it hasn't changed. My opinion on it has not changed, and it's white boy music to me, actually. And especially seeing how these white kids are going insane for that, you know, vamp, whatever the fuck that is. And, you know, wash here. White boys love that shit. It's not for me, you know what I'm saying? So I can understand someone being like, they look at Playboi Carti and they go, oh, that's some, you know, white boy, you know, hype beast music. Sure, the new shit is, but I would argue, of course, not the self-titled stuff. I mean, the self-titled stuff was hard. It was aimed at hip hop fans, and a hip hop fan can be from anywhere and be anybody, right? I remember hanging out in Baltimore one time when I was at the spot, and the DJ put on R.I.P. and the shit was rocking, man. And it was interesting because, you know, Carti's a lot more known now than he was back then. But I remember it was like me and like maybe 15 other people in the room that were just like going nuts, and everyone else was just kind of looking at us. And it was a black spot, so again, you know, black people of course listen to Carti, some of them, right, for sure, but this is not the same thing, man. It's not the same thing, you know. Like, I know sometimes everybody's like, oh, you know, this person has white fans, and, you know, therefore it's white oriented. There's a difference, right? In general, there's more white people in the United States, of course, than any other group of people. So every rapper is probably going to have a majority of white fans when you really break it down, if you think about it. That's not the issue. The issue is really more about the ratio and the percentage, right? If it's some super white boy shit, then it's like just a bunch of white people, if that makes sense. Whereas like someone like Nas, yes, Nas has white fans, but a lot of brothers listen to Nas. Brothers love Nas. They name their kids after Nas. They style themselves after Nas. They you know, clearly Nas has an impact that goes beyond, you know, just regular rap shit, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, so this idea that like, you know, just because this person has white fans, therefore they're not necessarily oriented at black people, is obviously not true. Now, there are, of course, again, like I said, like a Kendrick Lamar, who is mostly a white coffee-based artist, a latte special. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I know. Are there black people that listen to Kendrick? Sure. But does Kendrick make his music aimed at Rolling Stone critics for the white audience who sip lattes and, you know, in the whites only section? Yeah. See, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna hear Kendrick Lamar being played by brothers and, you know, out just people like at a party? Probably not. Am I gonna hear it, you know, in the coffee section? Yeah. So there's a difference. Anyway, y'all. Just wanted to say what's up. It's been a minute since I, you know, chatted, and I always look forward to doing these when I got the time, and I appreciate y'all rocking with me. So, on that note, let me play some interesting, just some Toronto rap shit, old classic Toronto rap shit to close us out. This shit is Prince Ali. Fucking love this joint. Sticking to the elements. Wait for it. It's in the run above me. Up on me, my end. Hey. Since the rates increase. DJ TTC, that's real. I can't take it. Trying to make rap my occupation. Breaking my aching back to get up on somebody else's population. Dropping my college savings so I can get these tracks out in the college station. And it's aggravating lack of patience. I gotta make relations with these cats will forever be locked up in my man Blues basement. Peace, y'all.